Hello, my name's Gordon Burns and I'd like to tell you about Group Dynamics' Group Response System. Push-button electronic voting systems, known in the trade as Group Response Systems or GRS, have been around for more than 10 years now. The ability to involve your entire audience interactively by giving everyone a handheld keypad, like this, and effectively giving them a voice has enlivened conferences, TV programs, meetings, congresses and symposia across the globe. Group Dynamics has been bringing audiences to life now for well over a decade and can now achieve this more quickly, efficiently and economically than ever before using the new cableless electronic voting system. Here's how. Give every member of your audience a keypad. Project the question you want answered onto a screen, together with a number of optional answers. Ask the audience to push the appropriate button of their choice and, hey presto, a histogram comes up immediately on screen showing their collective response. Instantly, they are involved, responsive and alert. So let me introduce you to Group Dynamics' electronic voting system. Its essence is its ability to achieve three things. It knows which keys are pressed, it knows the order in which they are pressed, and it knows the time taken to press each key. Added to this, the system keeps that information stored against the number of each keypad, so there is a complete record of every key pressed on every single keypad. It's from these specific areas that all the applications of the GRS come. Creatively used, the GRS will give you the power to change your conference from a one-way presentation to a dynamic interactive event. Because the system can analyze your audience's response in so many dynamic ways, it is easy to fall into the trap of overextending yourself. For this reason, it's well worthwhile taking a little time out to learn the basics which will add to your enjoyment and the value you get from using the system at your next conference. A good way to introduce the keypad system to the audience is by posing an example question. This makes them feel comfortable with the technology and ensures that you get the best response for the more important questions you're going to ask later on. Right, let's look at an example question. And no reason why you shouldn't have a bit of fun with it. Ask them, are you 1, male, 2, female, 3, don't know. First, the question will come up on the screen and you will tell your audience that they will need to press button 1, 2 or 3 to indicate their answer, but not yet. They shouldn't do this until the countdown appears on the screen like this. And when the countdown is complete, up will come the results of your audience poll. Instant response from the whole audience. Now let's look at other examples. With the GRS, you can give more than one answer to any question if required. For instance, you might want to know about your audience's holiday habits in recent times. So you could ask them a question like this. Where have you travelled over the last 5 years? Press as many keys as you wish. 1, UK. 2, EEC, 3, USA, 4, Europe non-EEC, and 5, Asia. Each bar shows the number of people who have voted for that particular option. The result can also be displayed in percentages. Another way GRS can be used is to list options in order of preference. For instance, you could ask the audience to list these items in order of importance when buying a new car. 1, performance, 2, comfort, 3, reliability, 4, cost. So for example, if they thought that comfort was the most important item, they would press button 2 first. Then if they thought reliability was second most important, they would press button 3 next, followed by button 4 if they believed that cost was third most important, and finally button 1 to indicate that performance was the least important. The resulting graph is calculated by weighting the keys to reflect the order of choice. Now you don't have to restrict yourselves to having just words on the screen. Here's an example of spot the ball. The audience can be asked to press 2 keys to tell us where they think the ball is in the photograph. If they're right, they score a point. If not, they don't. And because the system can identify every key pressed on every keypad, you could divide people into teams and have them competing against each other. This is an approach that is often used in sales conferences. The questions asked might relate to product knowledge, thereby testing each team's level of understanding, as well as introducing a motivating force to stimulate the conference. During all this, the need to make the presentation as exciting as possible hasn't been forgotten, so animation and sound that compete with some of the best graphics packages around have been introduced. The results can be displayed in all sorts of different ways, as either the more formal histograms and pie charts, or indeed as stylized graphs such as these, which can be tailor-made to your needs. Because each and every keypad can be identified, it is possible to display the results in terms of how specific groups, like teams or sexes, performed, or even to show how a particular individual responded. Group Dynamics' wealth of experience in the field of participative conferences, meetings and television is second to none. Indeed, I have successfully used them for many years on one of the most popular quiz shows on British television, the Krypton Factor. The Group Dynamics client list reads like yellow pages. The system has even been used by royalty. And the system has been used all over the world. The venues range from huge conference halls to seminar meeting rooms to broadcast standard TV studios and even to greenfield sites. All the technicians operating out of the company's impressive West London premises are fully trained to handle any scenario, to ensure hassle-free operation of the system, and to help users with any queries they may have. All in all, the GRS is a stimulating, flexible, yet simple tool for modern meetings and conferences. Add to this Group Dynamics' intimate knowledge and vast experience of this novel and exciting technique, and you now have an opportunity to make your next conference a truly interactive experience.